Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today I wanted to take the time to talk about why are Incursions hated so much. These are the new PvE events here in Phase 3, and they have brought a lot of controversy to the game. Now, at first, I loved the idea. I thought they were a good idea. I love that something new was finally coming to Season of Discovery, and they even used Emerald Dream assets for the zones, and going through the portal is really cool because it does it without a load screen, which was really awesome to see. And I think they did a phenomenal job on the zone and the areas. However, the complete and utter failure comes from the implementation of them. But before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So at launch with Incursions, they were bugged with the Discoverer's Delight XP buff and gold buff that it gave you for doing quests, and people essentially, the gold was too high and then it got multiplicative, and if you hit level 50 and were able to do this, you could have made even more gold. But essentially thousands of players made 500 to 1,000 gold, and it was changed after day one, so around midnight on the first day of launch, but it still did its damage, and so much gold was added to the economy, and it was never rectified, it was never changed back, and it kind of just left a bad taste in players' mouth, a massive sort of FOMO effect, like, oh, I didn't get to do this, and it sucks. And so a lot of people who, maybe made a lot of Phase 2 investments, had been farming, had been planning, they just kind of had all their time wasted because of such an overpowering effect that was added into the game. Then the next complaint is at launch, Incursions, and even now, today, are still BIS gold per hour and still BIS EXP per hour. Now, making them the best thing to do also killed the open world. You need gold, you go to Incursions. You need XP, you go to Incursions. Why would you bother doing anything else? Now there's even add-ons that sort of min-max your route in there and help you share the quests even easier. So it's just kind of like, oh, you're level 25, go do Incursions in Duskwood. Now you're level 40, go do Incursions in Ashenvale. Now that you're level 50, well, you probably have all the rep you need to get whatever you wanted, so you don't even need to do Incursions at level 50. But if you still need the rep, feel free to do Incursions. Or if you need gold because the economy is incredibly inflated, well, go do some Incursions. And so it's kind of just become Season of Incursions, honestly. And that feels so weird to say because they are that overpoweringly good at even now with the Discoverer's Delight buff. And then the final complaint about them is that bots can also now farm them 24/7, and it just leads to crazy inflated economy, and it just encourages people to go buy gold instead of play the game. Anytime gold is like $5 1,000, or $10 1,000, the WoW's in a terrible state. Classic WoW's in a terrible state because that is a key indicator that bots have run rampant. And they have taken some very unprecedented measures for combating bots, so I will commend them on that. But it's still not enough. I don't know what needs to be done to stop this. But they really should figure it out because it ruins the game and then no one plays it and then they're just sad. That's what happens, and you just hate to see that. Because I think Phase 3 has been the worst phase of SOD with just player activity in the world. Just feels really dead, even on Crusader Strike. And that's the most popular North American server right now. And I just really hate to see that. And I do think it all stems from Incursions in some way or another. Because you can literally hit 25, just do Incursions for your XP to level 50. And then do Incursions from level 50 to get your gold to buy everything you need. And you can buy the catch-up gear from Incursion Rep that's good enough to do the raid. So it's kind of crazy. But as always in my videos, anytime I am, providing a lot of incursion or criticism of Blizzard, I also like to provide solutions because I don't think it's just fair to complain. I think you should also, say a way that it could improve or make it better. So here's that for me. So I think they could have made them more of like a daily/weekly quest rep and have cosmetic and fun rewards, as well as they miss such a golden opportunity to introduce some new crafting patterns behind this rep. I can't tell you how many. I literally, on my first mage in 2019 Classic, I did every single rep in Classic just to get the tailoring and enchanting patterns. So I think there's such motivation. Like, sure, you don't need to do that, but there are a lot of players that just go out there and do that rep to get those crafting recipes, so they can, either make a bunch of gold or, complete their collection if they're a collector. It just really depends. There's so many reasons for them to do that, but they miss such a huge opportunity to add a bunch of those, and I hope they do even add them later, because it would give Incursions, some lasting effect, other than, just being the best gold and best leveling there is. And then I definitely like that there is the decent catch-up gear options. That was a great idea, and none of them are BIS, because if there's BIS gear in there, it feels like a chore, and people really, really hate that. And they added some quality of life things in there that people really do want and have grinded the rep, but it's not BIS. So I guess the Feral Druid enchant is BIS, so that's one thing that they definitely need to go and get, but I think it's at friendly rep, so it's not too hard to do. But the point that I'm trying to make is, like, don't put BIS gear behind a sort of grindy weekly, daily thing. That really feels bad and feels like a chore. I like when a lot of the options behind reps are cosmetic, are recipes, are things that benefit you, but you do not have to go and get them. Or, like, you need one person in your guild to have it. Those are great feelings and great designs, and they could learn from what they did 20 years ago with original Classic, like Thorium Brotherhood rep, Timbermaw rep. All of those reps are such great examples of what you can do in the game for good rewards, because I did it, and I had never played Classic before in 2019. I just went out there and I just did all the reps because I wanted enchants and tailoring patterns. That was literally it, and it felt fun to do, and it felt such a good sense of completion, and it was because I wanted to do it, not because it felt like a chore I had to do for full BIS. And then something that I've seen people talk about, and I think would have been really cool, is sort of adding the 4 Emerald Dragon bosses, either just in the Incursions or in an instance, but giving them a weekly lockout that drops loot from the raid. It gives people a chance to do the fights, and those fights were really fun. I did a few of the dragons back in the day because they made them hyper spawn at launch, so I got to experience them. And you can, log in more than once per week to do your Sunken Temple, because you can log in to do your World Dragon Boss. Maybe put them on a 3-day rotation even, so it gives you more reasons to log in and play with your guild instead of just raid logging for a week like so many people are doing right now. And I just think it would have been cool, because those fights are really awesome. I know it takes away from later in the phase, but the Emerald Dragons really never drop anything good. The best thing they drop is being able to be skinned. The gear that they have is completely outclassed by Akio and ZG. It's equivalent. Sure, it can be nice, but like, it's kind of an outdated loot pool that isn't too much value in farming. So unless they give it to us way earlier than Akio or ZG, then it's not really going to have that value. So I think that the content could be repurposed in that way, and it'd be a really cool, dragon fights going in there, and it gives Incursions purpose. And it would have been really cool in phase 3 here to have sort of like a new boss to fight other than just the level up rates. But anyway, those are my opinions on Incursions, why they're hated so much, what I would have loved to see them be, and why I would love to see them be that way. If you have any opinions, let me know in the comments below, whether you agree or disagree with me. Definitely let me know. I love reading all of your guys' opinions, and make them, respectful. If you're negative and toxic with them, I'm going to ignore you. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. I truly hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It truly means a lot to me. If you happen to find anyone that you know would also benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. It helps me out a ton and allows me to keep doing what I love every single day, and that is gaming and sort of helping people any way that I can. So finally, thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.